Welcome to an overview demonstration of the JobShop module functionality from Delmiaworks. The JobShop module allows users to handle discrete manufacturing and pilot run or short run type projects. It allows users to visually build and trace projects. Much like the other modules within Delmiaworks, data from the JobShop module is embedded within other parts of the system, such as purchasing, accounting, and costing. The JobShop module is built on a true bill of material and routing scheme, which allows users to track the progress of projects as well as utilize tools such as finite scheduling, dispatch lists, capacity planning, and MRP. It allows users to build, track, and manage projects visually while allowing for quick, easy, and accurate quoting, giving them an advantage when it comes to increasing customer service. First, we'll talk about creating a new project and how to create a quote from that project. We'll then discuss how users can utilize templates so they don't have to start from scratch each time one is created. In this process, we'll be creating the BOM and the routing steps. As that's completed, we'll look at how we can use Capable to Promise within Delmiaworks to view promise capability over a given time horizon. We'll be able to see the scheduling of all the different routing steps, and we'll look at the project activity summary, which tracks all the financial activity against the job, such as purchase orders and invoices. We'll also see how users can build out the standard rate or standard cost for labor and machine time by building out the routing steps. As these projects progress, we'll see how users can track the actual costs against the estimated costs. Let's dive into the JobShop module. On this first tab, users see all of the general details about the project. The top of the window includes items such as project number, description, and project dates. If the project is customer-specific, they will be listed here. Users can also see the current state of the given project. In this case, it is 10% completed. In the middle of the window, users will see any and all inventory items that are linked to this particular project. The bottom of the window includes the associated sales order information. The first thing users should do is link the given project to a particular routing process. Clicking this icon allows users to see the full routing diagram for the project. By selecting New from the File menu, users can create a new project from scratch. They can also select New Like, which allows the creation of a new project using a template from past projects. In this screen, users can see the final product that is being made as represented by color-coded boxes. The light blue boxes indicate the different process steps that are needed to complete the project. The white boxes indicate purchased components or materials that are attached to particular processes, and the dark blue boxes indicate additional sub-assemblies or items that may go into a particular process step. Once the routing is built, users have the ability to set markups and analyze the costing based on the routing diagram. Organically, the system will break out the routing cost elements into cost buckets. In this example, the system has listed components, overhead, labor, and raw materials. The associated costs for each element is based on their usage in the project, which can then be marked up. In this case, standard manufacturing components are marked up 20%, generic components 18%, overhead 20%, and so on. The system will automatically assign percentages to each of these buckets, but users can also select and change the percentage on a project-by-project basis if they'd like. The next step is to determine when the project can be completed. After selecting the Capable to Promise icon, a user can utilize our MRP engine to determine the earliest date this product can be completed. This is done by entering the quantity required and the requested date. If the user is unable to produce the necessary quantity prior to the specified date, the system will indicate this with a red light. If they can meet the deadline, the user will be shown a green light. The system will also generate the actual earliest date that the given project can be completed. The routing diagram will also open, assigning color-coded flags to the areas in the routing process, if any, that will cause the project to be late. In this example, we see purchased components or material constraints, labor capacity constraints, and machine constraints, which would all contribute to this example project being late. Another type of constraint that is not represented here are tooling constraints. Users can also drill down into the flags to access more information about the particular items selected, including on-hand quantities, lead time, and so on. Users have the ability to create a sales order directly from this screen, which the system will link directly to this particular project. Here on the main screen, you can see the linked sales order. Like most other areas of Delmiaworks, Users have the ability to drill down into the sales order screen, as well as the work order associated with this project. The right side of the screen shows the project activity summary information. Listed here is all of the accounting activity and costing information surrounding this project in a summarized view. From purchase orders to labor costing, the system displays all of the figures associated with this project, which can also be drilled down into for more detailed information. By selecting the Details tab, users can see every routing step listed. These steps are the same from the visual routing diagram we viewed earlier. Each process has its own unique profile and record in the system. The information is not mandatory, but it does give the system more information to accurately determine capable to promise dates, as well as planning and scheduling efforts. In each process, users can designate things like yield percentages, cycle times, setup time, takedown time, and move time. All of this helps paint the most accurate picture for the system when making calculations. The bottom section of the screen includes information regarding qualified work centers that can complete the given process. The system also allows users to designate certified employees that are qualified to perform the process, as well as link inspections, materials, and even auxiliary equipment. Each process can have its own unique costing profile, where the system will track the number of operators the process takes to complete, as well as machine time and overhead costs. Just as with the rest of Delmiaworks, users have the ability to associate documents to a particular process. This can be anything from a drawing, to a work instruction, to a setup sheet. There is no limit to the file types that users can attach here. They can be accessed while working on the particular project or process. As users select each process, the labor details will be available in the form of the process log. Users can see who has worked on the project and the quantities that they have processed through each step. These details are also color-coded, indicating whether the employees are working slower, faster, or exactly where they are expected to be performing. As we mentioned earlier, there are materials required for each process step. From here, users can drill into the process and look at those materials associated with each step without having to go into the process screen itself. In order to view the list of all materials required in order to complete the entire project, users can select the Material Exceptions icon at the top of the screen. At each step in the project, users can view the running total for the project costs. This gives users the standard costs from the estimation and the actual cost of what's been accumulated through reporting on the particular project. Within each cost type, users will also see the variance, which helps to understand to what degree the actual costs are off from the standard costs of the project, whether it be positive or negative. This concludes the process-related portion of JobShop. Let's now take a look at scheduling. Users have two options when it comes to scheduling within JobShop: the dispatch list, which is a form of infinite scheduling, or finite scheduling. If users opt to use the dispatch list, they can select the appropriate work center to move the job or process steps. As you can see from this list, here are all of the processes that can be run on the selected work center. From here, users can schedule the processes by moving them directly to the dispatch list. Processes can then be reordered and therefore prioritized with simple drag and drop functionality. With finite scheduling, users get a visual representation of whether or not scheduled jobs will be completed on time using simple color coding. The finite scheduling module operates in the same way as the dispatch list with regard to dragging and dropping jobs on the schedule. If there are like processes, the system will give the user the option to move all of them at once in order to minimize setups. Finite scheduling also allows users to view multiple work centers at once. Here you can see multiple work centers and their corresponding processes and work orders that are scheduled for the next couple of days. Users have more tools at their disposal within the JobShop module. Unlimited notes can be added to any project, acting as a collaborative tool between operators and other employees. Users also have the ability to define their own forms if Delmiaworks does not provide the desired field. These can include drop-down boxes or checkboxes that might relate to a specific project. As we mentioned earlier, various documents can be attached to projects. These can include things like work instructions, drawings, customer contact information, and so on. Users can also attach emails directly from Outlook, simply by dragging and dropping an email. All other employees that view this project's documents will have access to all of the internal and external files, as well as email correspondence that have been attached. Delmiaworks provides users the power to efficiently manage their job shop with the same dependable manufacturing software used for their other manufacturing operations, allowing for increased customer service while becoming more efficient with lower operating costs. JobShop allows you to harness the money-saving power of integration. Thank you for taking the time to watch our demonstration of the JobShop module from Delmiaworks. If you would like more information on the products and services from Delmiaworks, please visit 3ds.com/Delmiaworks.